It's refreshing to hear both of our congressmen talk about dialogue and collaboration at such an important event like this, and gives us very much hope. And also what's refreshing about it is coming from the federal level is that most of us here in this room are products of local government, and we know how important local government is and what we do to impact our communities. So thank you for your time this morning. And when I speak about our local legislators, is that we have representatives here from park districts and school districts, from the townships, from the villages, county, educators, business leaders, and we're all here together in one room. In these few minutes, I do want to look back at how the Fox Valley Park District has had a collaboration with the Institute for Collaboration for the past several years. Dr. Sherrick had a very bold vision back in 2002 for our community when she launched the Institute for Collaboration. Her vision and leadership was built on a 100-plus year tradition of Aurora University, which is tradition of service and a tradition of collaboration. These are my words about the institution, but I've often thought of it as our local think tank, led with Dr. Eagle and bright minds and entrepreneurs and community leaders that can come together and have good dialogue that will turn a thought or an idea into a physical product and improve human minds through very intentional strategies. The Institute building itself and then the John C. Dunham STEM Partnership School are the physical facilities that have come out of this collaboration. However, the human lives and the minds that have been shaped by the Institute is a measure that is personal to each individual in the process of how they've gone about their lives. I can share so many stories, personal stories about my children and my family as products that have come out of what's been in the Institute of Collaboration. And I'm very proud of that with the tradition at Aurora University. At the Fox Valley Park District, we've enjoyed the collaboration with now more than 45 other partners who have joined our efforts. Since 2005, the district has partnered inside our local schools with programs that Dr. Eagle had mentioned, which leads to structured environments for tutoring and play. Aurora University students, through work study and through volunteering, carry out programs to gain real life experiences outside the classroom for their own professional development. I have to recognize Debbie Smith, my colleague at the Park District, as our community relations specialist, who has been in attendance since day one with the Institute of Collaboration. You might ask, why would a park district, and particularly the Fox Valley Park District, be at a table for collaboration? I'd like to share with you the answer to our mission is found in the three principal pillars of our National Rec and Park Association. Park districts build our mission around these three pillars. Number one being health and wellness. Number two is the conservation and sustainability. But the third, which is most embraced by our board and by myself, is the pillar of what's called social equity. The Fox Valley Park District, as the second largest park district in Illinois, easily fulfills the mission of health and wellness and sustainability and conservation. Our community assets include over 2,400 acres of open space, 165 parks, 48 miles of trails connecting from Wisconsin and through DuPage and into Cook County. We have 11 miles of the Fox River shoreline, 3 large regionally placed community centers, 2 outdoor aquatic centers, our Blackberry Farm property, the Red Oak Nature Center, our Copley Boxing and Training Club, all located within 65 square miles, crossing legislative districts of the village of North Aurora, the village of Montgomery, cities of Aurora, primarily in districts 129, districts 131, districts 204, but also 3 other school districts, in portions of 4 counties. We are a partner to be with any legislative district to improve citizens' lives through our programs of recreation. The pillar of social equity is embraced by our board and by our team daily. Let me give you a description of that. Social equity is advocating for safe and equal access to parks and recreation for all. Recreation is a right, not a privilege. Working with the Institute of Collaboration is we're allowed to gain access into communities and into schools to provide social equity in recreation. We like to be a partner with any person or any legislative body that would allow us to come in and help inside your community. I'd like, our brand tag is where fun begins. I think Dr. Eagle and Aurora University, you can adopt that because that was an excellent icebreaker we had this morning. But I'd like, for a moment of audience participation just for a second. If you would just please close your eyes and think back to your childhood of an early memory and picture a place that made you feel happy, secure, and a sense of belonging, and hold that thought. And now think of a person who was influential in your life as a child. If you open your eyes without a show of hands, how many of you just visited your childhood park or playground? And how many of you just remembered a teacher? For teachers, I read a study that, and forgive me on the source, but it was stated when a person reflects back on their life and is asked to name the 5 most influential people in their life, a teacher is always on the list. In many cases, more than one made that list of 5. What does this all mean? Well, it's in my opinion, and I'm looking forward to Dr. Sherrick's comments. We need to continue the dialogue and the collaboration of our community. The Institute provides that model, which allows us to exchange ideas. In closing, I will leave you with a thought as I've been thinking about our efforts at the Fox Valley Park District to shape the future of our district in the current generation. A few moments ago when I asked you to think of a place, and many probably thought of a park, did you just for that moment remember the smell of the grass or the sound of a stream? It was a touch of nature. Myself and several of our colleagues recently heard an author, Dr. Scott Sampson, who's just released a new book titled How to Raise a Wild Child. It's the art and science of falling in love with nature. Dr. Sampson writes, the average North American child currently spends 7 hours a day staring at screens and mere minutes engaged in unstructured play outdoors. A dramatic transformation within the past generation, yet recent research indicates that experiences in nature are essential to healthy growth. Regular exposure to nature can help relieve stress, depression, and attention deficits. It can reduce bullying, combat obesity, and boost academic scores. Most critical of all, abundant time in nature seems to yield long-term benefits in kids' cognitive, emotional, and social development. It's a thought for the collaboration. So thank you, Dr. Sherrick and Dr. Eagle, for your vision, your leadership. Thank you for having the Fox Valley Park District at the table for dialogue and action. Together as citizens, we provide their right to learn and play for a healthy and sustainable community. To all of our community leaders, your hard work and dedication to building a better community is greatly appreciated, and I hope you'll take some time today to have a little recreation, go touch nature, for it's the need of our own human bodies to recreate and build on our health and wellness. And thank you.